Hello and welcome to another update video about Algorand. So it's good to see Algorand recovering a bit. At the moment, however, it's not doing anything unexpected. In fact, it is moving up as expected. All it's doing at the moment is to max out the target area that we talked about in the last video, or in the last videos. At some point I did define this resistance area for here. We've now entered it. We're currently maxing it out, and Algorand is now really at a make or break point here, because the view currently is that Algorand is purely in an ending diagonal here in a wave 5. In this green box, I would currently expect it to end the bear market, but that can shift. We need to take it level by level at the moment with these altcoins. The thing is, as long as we don't really get a strong impulse on the daily time frame, for example, we have to consider that the downtrend is continuing. Of course, it starts on a lower time frame. That is why I observe all these impulses and recoveries with curiosity for all these altcoins. But at the moment, I mean, I always encourage people to zoom out and look at the context. And if you look at what we're doing down there, it is nothing meaningful. At least not yet. At least not yet. But it's obviously something unusual to finally see a few green candles. Therefore, a lot of requests here for Algorand. But again, nothing unexpected. I mentioned to you that we are probably in this descending broadening wedge, and currently the chart is adhering to it very, very nicely. And we have now reached the resistance area of it, and that is why, or the upper trend line, that's exactly why I do this video. Because this obviously cannot be an impulse. I mean, this cannot really, well, it could be an impulsive move down, but the wave 4 is basically out of proportion with the wave 2, so it for me makes sense to consider this to be an ending diagonal. The wave 4 isn't doing anything unusual, not even in an impulse. Yeah, so if I consider that an impulse, all we've done now is to reach the 50% Fibonacci retracement, which is at 19.6 cents, right? So this is critical resistance here, the 50% retracement. However, I have to say, in an impulse, if we get above that level, we would consider that something more bullish is going on. In a diagonal environment, not really, because in a diagonal, a wave 4 doesn't really listen too much to the Fib retracements. I mean, even here the 61.8 retracement would be possible, and if we consider the more traditional interpretation of Elliott wave based on Frost and Prechter, we expect an overlap between waves 1 and 4. I mean, in my opinion and my experience, this doesn't always happen. But if that's the case, we would even expect it to go all the way up to 21.5 cents before coming down. But this is nicely, you can see that here, how we can look at these retracements with the Fib retracements resistance levels. Yeah, so certainly the next key resistance is here 19.6 cents, and I think a very strong one. So we have here at the moment, in my opinion, not yet 5 waves up. I'm not too happy with that. So it looks to me still like a 3-wave move. But there are several things that we need to consider here, because if I really look at it as a 3-wave move, I can't really keep that up anymore. In that scenario, it should have been like this. Now that we've broken higher, I still can only count 3 waves really. It's not entirely clear. I can also move the wave 3, the wave 3 here, and then this would actually suggest it's going higher, and then I would have to say, okay, possibly this was an A wave, this was a weak B, and we're moving higher in a stronger wave 4. And if we then take targets or look at targets for the C wave, very often these reach the 1-to-1 ratio, and that is at 21.1 cents. So I want to make you aware of that. That would be exactly an overlap with wave 1. So let's see if we get that. That would be the next resistance. If we get 5 clear waves, then we can consider that something more bullish is going on. And especially the next retracement would be the stress test for any bullish case that can be made here. At the moment, I'm very, very careful, because we haven't even broken above the previous wave 1 low. And we have also not broken above the previous wave 2 high. Those are very important levels. Only breaking out of a diagonal Doesn't necessarily mean something super bullish, but it is certainly a signal that we need to watch and observe. Until then, I'm still expecting here a possible target range between 12.2 and 14.8 cents. If that fails, we still have the 10-cent level. Don't get me wrong, it would be good for Algorand to recover, but I don't think we are there yet where we are completing the bear market for various reasons, also including what Bitcoin is doing. But certainly there are always coins that can decouple. But what Algorand needs to do first now is to break above the previous wave 1 low. This would be the first step though, and then above the wave 2 high. If we get above the wave 2 high, we cannot really uphold this count anymore. Then we have to consider something different. And the more bullish signal would be a break above the higher degree wave 4 high, which is here at 25 cents. And all of these are also resistance levels on the way up now. But currently I consider this an AB with a wave C possibly in the making. It depends a little bit. This is only valid if we break above this resistance box and if we break above the descending trend line. If we break down from here, then we will have to go with the previous count, which was a wave A, B, C complete here. No, here. It must be that. It needs to be that way then, even though it's an unnaturally long wave C, which you can sometimes get in cryptocurrency, but it's unusual because normally the wave C should not extend longer than the 1.618 extension. But that's my update about Algorand. So currently I'm observing this with curiosity, but I cannot confirm here a more substantial low, at least not yet. If we get 5 clear waves to the upside and 3 waves down, and we hold the 78.6 retracement, and I will keep an eye on that for you, then this would also be a signal that something more bullish is going on, and we can at least expect a much larger bounce. At the moment, however, we haven't even got the first significant retracement. I think we are still here in a either possible impulse to the upside, which could be a C wave, or a 3-wave move, which should really not exceed the 22.9 cent level, this wave too high. Okay, and that's my update about Algorand. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.